It's time to do another SAT practice math question. This one asks us, how many more dollars does a large muffin cost than a small muffin? So these are pretty common types of questions as well on the SAT. So when we look at this word problem, it tells us that a bakery sells small muffins for $2 each and large muffins for $5 each. One day, they sold S small muffins and L large muffins for a total of $230. The equation 2S plus 5L equals 230 represents this situation. So again, we really just want to identify what the problem is telling us, interpreting it, and trying to figure that out accordingly. So one of the best things to do, again, if we look at our equation and simply just writing it down just to look at it, again, can be helpful. But we can see that we have 2S plus 5L equals 230. Now, one thing we could do is first just identify our coefficients here, our variables. So we know that 2S means $2 per small muffin times the number of small muffins S. And 5L means $5 per large muffin times the number of large muffins L. So the coefficient 5 is the price of one large muffin in dollars. So if we identify our two prices, right? First, we have our small muffin price. You could identify that as you'd like, but we can simply put SMP, for example, small muffin price, or however you want to identify it. But that is equal to $2. And our large muffin price, let's just say LMP, is equal to $5. So again, we want to find how many more dollars a large muffin costs than a small muffin. So this is actually really straightforward to solve. We just subtract the small price from the large price, which essentially we just take 5 minus 2, which equals 3. So ultimately, a large muffin costs $3 more than a small muffin. So our final answer here is actually going to be $3. Let's look at another practice SAT math question that asks us, how many more dollars does an adult ticket cost than a children's ticket? So again, in these word problems, we're given a scenario and we have to interpret what's being said and then ultimately writing down our variables and usually trying to figure out how much more of something do we have than something else. So in this one, we're told that a movie theater charges $7 for children's tickets and $12 for adult tickets. If T children's tickets and A adult tickets were sold for a total of $275, the equation 7T plus 12A equals 275 models this situation. So again, one of the best things to do in a problem like this is simply rewrite the equation. So again, we're told that we have 7T plus 12A is equal to 275. From here, this means that where T equals children's tickets and A equals adult tickets. From here, we can identify the price per ticket for each one. So children's tickets is going to cost $7. So we could say is 7 for children's tickets. And that's going to be T is equal to $7. And then adult tickets, A, equals $12 per ticket. So from here, we just need to find the difference in price. So we just need to subtract children's ticket prices from adult ticket prices, which is simply 12 minus 7, which equals 5. So an adult ticket costs $5 more than a children's. Okay, let's look at a practice SAT math problem that asks us, how many more tickets does an adult ride cost than a children's ride? So we're given this word problem here and we need to interpret it and solve. So it says, at a carnival, rides for children cost 3 tickets each and rides for adults cost 8 tickets each. One family used a total of 92 tickets for C, children's rides, and A, adult rides, represented by the equation 3C plus 8A equals 92. So again, with these types of questions, we want to identify our variables, we want to interpret and what's going on in this word problem, and we're trying to find out, again, how many more tickets does an adult ride cost than a children's ride? So again, if we just write out the equation again so we can see it, again, we have 3C plus 8A is equal to 92. Again, C is children's rides and A is adult rides. So we just then from there, we can identify the ticket cost per ride. So we know that children's rides cost 3 tickets. So we could say, for example, again, that's where we get the 3C from. And then an adult ride cost 8 tickets. So again, from here, we just find the difference in the ticket cost. So we just subtract the children's ride cost from the adult ride cost. So simply we could just take 8 minus 3, and that equals 5, which would be our answer. An adult ride costs 5 more tickets than a children's ride. Let's jump into a practice SAT word problem that asks us, how many more dollars does a guitar string cost than a guitar pick? So again, in these questions, we really want to understand the word problem, identify the variables, and just figure out what it's trying to tell us. So this one says, a music store sells guitar picks for $1 each and guitar strings for $6 each. If P guitar picks and S guitar strings are sold for a total of $145, the equation 1P, or simply P, plus 6S equals 145 represents the sales. So again, if we write this equation out, you can write 1p or p, but since it says 1p here, let's just write this out together. So we have 1p plus 6s equals 145. So we know P equals guitar picks and S equals guitar strings. So if we know that a guitar pick costs $1, this is the coefficient of P, so we're identifying the price per item. So a pick equals $1 and a guitar string S costs $6. So the difference in price between these two would be to simply subtract the guitar pick price from the guitar string price, which would be 6 minus 1, and that would be equal to 5. So that would mean a guitar string costs $5 more than a guitar